welcome into the Smokers Haven Fantasy Football Podcast. This will be our halfway pull. I'm Z. I'm here with Coop.
What up?
Andy.
Yeah, you are.
And yeah, we're just going to dive in. Let's start with quarterbacks. Who's been a surprise to you guys?
I think the pleasant surprise is C.J. Stroud, obviously. The way he's played this year. I mean, the big game this last week helped severely, but he's sitting there in the top 5 right now in points per game. I mean, if you took him and took a risk, you got to any value depending on where you took him at. He's probably one of the better values this year.
Best rookie quarterback, no doubt. Can't say he's a surprise, but because Andy and I both kind of were high on him. But Sam Howell being in the top 10 points per game, is at 9, and that's with a game where he had 4. So
yeah, he had really only the one bad game this year. But yeah, he's looked really good, and I think a lot of teams are going to have to start showing interest in to see if Bieniemy stays or what happens there with that. So
yeah, I think Bieniemy gets that job.
It is
Rivera's
nice
not gonna
seeing
get there.
Jared Goff up there in the top 12.
No, that ain't even this big surprise. That big surprise is at 18. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, well, the beginning of the season was rough with that calf injury.
Yeah, and these last few weeks he's looked to be back to his old self, and I
Moving
think
around.
give it a few more weeks and he's going to be from 18. He'll be in that top 10 discussion, I think.
Another one's 23, Geno Smith.
Yeah, he has not had a good year.
I think he's just scheming to win comeback player of the year next year again.
Well, he might not get that one. That might be Aaron Rodgers.
Deshaun Watson down there at 20
That's
isn't
not
really a big surprise. He's lost something.
Yeah. Derek Carr at 21. I mean, figured you might get a little bit better performance from him. Sitting there averaging 13.5 now. Granted, he did hurt his shoulder and basically played through it. But, I mean, you haven't gotten anything what you were expecting from that Saints offense.
No, not at all. Bunch of dump offs. If you got Kamara, it's been great.
Yeah, as long as you're in a half point or full point PPR.
Baker's up there a little bit. Baker at 16. I think people kind of wrote him off.
Yeah,
He's been serviceable in Superflex.
14, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be that
I didn't
high
even
up
expect
there.
him to be still playing.
Well, they don't have anybody else behind him, so.
They're not that good, but their offense is moving the ball a little bit.
Well, they have to because their defense can't stop a wet paper bag. So,
watch number 10, Dak. He's going to finish the year decently higher than that. I'd say he's going to get up into towards that 6 range.
I'm not going to have a choice because I have a Cowboys fan right here to tell me every week how Dak is going to do regardless.
another one you're probably going to see drop out just because he's done for the year is going to end up being Kirk Cousins. So somebody's going to have to take over.
Yeah, and the total points per game.
I mean, he was doing good.
A lot of them are kind of right there, but
yeah, but I mean, once we get to that 3/4 mark, obviously he'll miss enough time to where he just isn't going to qualify really to be in that spot.
Yeah, the top though with Allen, Hurts, Herbert, and that's Mahomes. You kind of expect that.
Then you got Lamar, Tua, Howell, Dak, Goff, and Purdy rounding out the top 12 there.
I'd say one I really missed on was probably Justin Fields. He had a couple of real good games in there, but
Where?
overall he's been disappointing. Weeks 4 and 5.
Yeah, and then he got hurt
Yeah.
that following week. So,
Yeah, he was starting to come on, it seemed like, and then, yep. Daniel Jones, me and you both missed on Coop. He sucks.
and he has been absolute dog
He
shit.
is not good.
No. Tannehill's done too now. I mean, with Levis taking over there, he's basically done.
He's got benched. Yep, he's done.
Pickett down there too.
He sucks.
Yeah. Is it him or is it the offense?
These second-year quarterbacks, Pickett sucks. Ritter sucks.
Yeah, he does. Ritter does suck.
These second-year guys aren't it so far, other than Howell.
Yeah. Howell's been about the only one. But again, He seems to take way more sacks though than the other guys.
I think Bieniemy. I really think he's taken over. I even in my sleepers thing is noted with Sam Hill. Bieniemy's offense and that rushing upside. I had him in the top 18. Andy had him. Let's see. You had him in your ups there.
Yep.
Is finishing QB 15. And we're both low on him. 9 right now.
It's always a pleasant surprise though.
I still think Hurts sucks, but whatever. The rushing touchdowns the rushing stuff is just keeping him up there.
Yeah, that was
Doesn't look good.
Doesn't
Watching
matter.
him play.
Gets you points.
the one I was obviously wrong on is Allen. I mean, points fantasy wise, he's looked fantastic, but game wise, there's sometimes he's making some questionable throws.
He's the most turnovers in the league since he came in.
Yeah, that's why it's just he's putting up the fantasy numbers, but it's for his real life team, it does not look good at times.
Well, good thing we're not playing real life football.
Yeah. I'd be screwed with Aaron Rodgers down on my list.
Let's see. Oops. I had Anthony Richardson, which unfortunately is.
He is done for the
Yeah.
year.
I mean, when he played, he was putting up points for the most part. He put up fantasy points in the games he played in and finished. He just couldn't do that very often, and now he's done. All right, so that's quarterbacks. We'll move on to running backs here. We're gonna Devin Achan. It would be the number 1 points per game guy, but he only played in 4 games. So
Yeah.
we'll just go to McCaffrey, who's just a superstar.
23 points a game. I mean, that's absolutely
And he's played
absurd.
every game.
Yeah.
He's got 34 more points than the next guy.
Yeah. Well, the next points per game guy, which is Etienne at 18.
He's still got a 20-point lead on the next highest, which is Mostert, because he's got 161 total.
Yeah, and then it just drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it plummets. Well, then you got Kyron and Alvin, who have only played half the season each. Same with Montgomery, basically. Eckler,
just
too.
came back.
Zach Moss, who's fading. I cut him in the winner-take-all redraft league.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 running back right now in total points, but you
well,
can just see
Jonathan Taylor getting back now and
Yeah.
starting to get back, and you're going to see him just take over. And
small rosters in that one. So I had somebody else tell me we need more roster spots. You just need to
Win
not
and make
get
the-
attached to players as much and cut some of them.
Yeah. You got to make moves, otherwise you're going to probably lose.
Yeah, you got to be flexible. Running back gets ugly real fast, which reinforces my whole theory on dynasty running backs. And I honestly get to the point where I think you just go after a veteran or two each year, cheap, and don't spend a lot on getting young running backs because they don't last long enough.
Or if you're going to take one, you take one in a draft, like in an auction league. You try to get them in that maybe late first,
Yeah, if
early
you can
second.
get one with your rookie pick without trading a bunch of picks to move up or something, then fine. But I don't know. I'm getting out of the. I'm happy I didn't spend 4 first to get Bijan. Let me say that.
Yeah. Especially the going rate. And Jameer has actually been the better back now, just where he's getting more of a workload and getting that chance to show what he can do with Montgomery having been out.
Yeah, now Montgomery's back.
So
Does
it's going to be
that-
interesting to see how they split the carries now, because Gibbs looks really good when he gets the ball.
Montgomery looks really good towards the goal line.
Yeah, that's the only bad part probably about Montgomery coming back, is I think you are going to see Gibbs reduce red zone work. So, but I still think he'll be the man between the 20s.
How'd we do on our sleepers and busts, ups and downs there for running back position?
Let's see, for sleepers, you had Jalen Warren, who is sitting up there in the top 30s. He's 33rd.
Yeah, I had him finishing in the top 36. And I had Najee outside the top 20.
Yep, and he is right next to each other. So
I've just been super down on Najee. Even without Warren, he just doesn't look very good. So obviously I missed on JK because he got hurt again.
yeah, busting. I mean, obviously Najee still.
Let's see. You got Pacheco in your ups and your sleepers, and he's actually looked pretty good.
Yeah. Just I
Where's he
thought
at
another
points per game?
year.
20.
Yeah.
So that's solid.
Yeah. I mean, you like a little bit more from a true RB1, but with
Where
that
you, where you
Chiefs
took him
offense-
though, you'll take that for where you drafted. He wasn't getting drafted super high, so
Yeah. I mean, he was averaging 71. I think that 55 to 60 range is good at that point for really an RB2.
you were down on Brees and Ramondre. Brees has been good once he finally got going. He sat Dalvin Cook on the bench. Dalvin doesn't even get to play.
Yeah.
Ramondre,
But again,
though,
that's
has been
also a really
disappointing.
bad Jets offensive line. That is a really bad Jets line.
Ramondre's not been what you hoped. Zeke's actually looked better a lot of the times.
Yeah, he's been the surprise and kind of almost wondering if he's going to start taking over more carries coming up here the last half of the year. Just be like, hey, let me showcase what I can do so I can maybe try to sign somewhere else next year.
Let's see, Andy had JK as well. Mixon is a bust. Mixon's been all right.
Been all right.
Top 20. And especially after being really the only one healthy and on a struggling Bengals offense to start the year.
Yeah, to start the year is bad for all of them.
But again, even these last couple games with Burrow kind of being back to what he needs to be, 18 and a half, 15, that's more what you were kind of expecting throughout the year from him, and maybe we'll start to see that now.
Just another running backs. Tony Pollard's been disappointing. He was drafted a lot of first round running back, second round running back
Yeah.
in drafts, and he's way down there at 21. And if you watch the Cowboys, it's not look good. Not look good.
No,
I wish we would have kept Zeke.
Well, and you would have just thought that they'd run the ball more, and they don't.
They haven't been good at it. They just have not been good at it. Madison's been a disappointment. I thought he'd be a lot better.
Yeah, he's sitting down there at 30. 9.6. Ouch. I mean, it's not good anytime you start getting underneath that 10 points a game from your running back. Especially a starter. Javonte Williams a little disappointing there. He's at 32, 8.6 points per game.
Damian Pierce at 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get out of that top, 15 running backs, it really gets pretty gross.
And
I
just
don't know. I think Aaron Jones at 23, like everyone was high on him. Everyone was.
well, and that injury killed him too, I think.
He scored that touchdown week 1, and he got hurt scoring that touchdown. He has not been the same since.
Yeah. I mean, he looked good this last game. I'm hoping that means he's finally healthy enough that he should actually be playing, but
When he looks good in comparison to A.J. Dillon, who
yeah.
doesn't at all.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon does not look good in that offense. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do in the offseason because A.J. Dillon is a free agent. So, and then who knows? They might also decide to part ways with Jones and end that contract to save some money.
Jordan Love hasn't looked good, so
Yeah.
yeah, Packers got some work to do. Let's go to receivers. And there we got Tyreek Hill just killing it every week, just about.
21. I mean, this last week was really the first bad week he's had. And it's the only week he's been under 10 probably because of that fumble.
And that
Week
was-
4.
Yeah, week 4.
Oh, yeah,
That was a Germany game last week, though.
He's tired. Tuckered
Yeah,
out.
that's a
Jet
weird
lagged.
one. He's killing it otherwise, though. Him and A.J. Brown, too.
Yeah. He did have a little bit of a slow start there. I mean, that second game first game was kind of not really looking all that well, and then he's been really solid since then.
Just destroying teams. Jefferson was doing good, then he got hurt.
And
That
he's
sucks.
still number 3.
Yeah, well, that's in points per game. Total points he's gotten passed up.
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, he's around. Yeah, like
He's about to
Brandon
come
Ayuk.
back. I think he'll be back
You
in the
think he
next
will?
couple weeks.
I don't think he comes back.
No?
No.
This whole season?
I think he sits out.
Man,
You already
Let
lost
Addison
Cousins.
get the work in, and
that'll suck for the Jefferson fantasy managers.
Kirk Cousins, torn Achilles. What happened to Cam Akers? Torn Achilles.
The other one too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
tore both now. Ouch. Yeah, he's done. Receiver, where we got?
Keenan Allen at 5.
Yeah, he's been good
I like that one. And Adam Thielen at 9.
with Mike Williams going out and
Really?
Josh Palmer and Quentin Johnson not stepping up. It's just been the Keenan
Palmer
Allen show.
was okay, but it
Yeah.
seems like Herbert is just always looking at Keenan Allen. I don't know if that's
There's a
because
reason he's
Kellen
good.
Moore
He
he's
was-
hyper focusing
looking at
because
him
it's
at
a
week
new
1.
offense, but
Week
Okay,
1,
CeeDee
week 2,
Lamb,
week
he's
3.
cruising up the list. He started off a little slow, and these last few weeks he's been on fire.
Amon Ra has just been consistent. That's what that guy does.
What he does, yep, it is. I'm starting to buy in. Kept thinking somebody's gonna knock him down, and Jameson or something. No, I think Amon Ra's the one on that team
Sam
to
Laporta.
stay.
Sam Laporta's another one.
Sam Laporta's good.
Yeah, he's
been a good
quickly
surprise.
becoming, it looks
Yeah.
like, the security blanket, or at least the number 2. If Amon Ra is not open, he's looking at Porta. So,
Jamar's up there at 8, but it's been tough.
yeah.
That 44-point game really kind of drags a lot of these poor games up. He's had 3 where he was under 10 and a couple where he was right there around 10.
Yeah, now he's got a back injury.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that affects things going forward. But yeah, he's had a really down year just in general, even for all the Bengals wide receivers.
Yeah. A couple big surprises at 9 and 10 with Old Man Thielen and Puka Nakua.
Yeah, was Puka undrafted?
I think
Or-
so.
Yeah, just came out of nowhere. Just, hey, this kid is pretty good. Yeah, and then he said Old Man Thielen. He's become really kind of, once Andy Dalton came in and kind of showed Bryce, like, hey, throw this guy. The white guy can catch the ball.
Well, it's the only receiver they have, unfortunately, for them. And
That
for
can
Bryce.
get open. Yeah. I mean, and again, it's a young offense, and he's still learning. So, I mean, hopefully it'll be better, but I really don't think his size is going to translate just because he is so much smaller.
Andy had a Devontae Adams busting. I like that one. I had him on my downs, too. He's way down there, 24 in points per game. Some of that's the quarterback.
Yeah.
But there's only really been 1-2 games, I guess, where you were happy that you played him.
Yeah, that second and third week, you like, okay, that's what you're expecting, and then nothing.
No, it's been extremely disappointing since then.
Cooper Kupp, again, another disappointment this year.
With the injury, came back, had a couple good games, and then Stafford kind of got banged up too. And
It has not looked good.
no,
Garrett Wilson.
that's
More
all Aaron
quarterback.
Rodgers. That poor guy, he's got to play with Zach Wilson.
I mean, he still had some good games. It's just he doesn't have the big game that you've been expecting.
I was totally wrong on my sleepers and busts. So I had Sky Moore as a sleeper. He sucks.
Is he even on the list?
He sucks. I had Amon-Ra as a bust. I was way wrong about that. I did have Sutton as my up and Devontae as my down. I like both of those. I think Sutton's been okay as far as for where you picked him.
Yeah, I had Quentin Johnson as a sleeper, and he's been a sleeper all right because he's
Yeah,
been
he's-
sleeping all year.
He has not woke up.
Did have Cooper Kupp, though, on my downs, or having a bad bust type year, and he is
So far, been right on
about
that.
there.
Yep.
So
Hey, you're right on Cam Akers. Did we
Yeah.
say that on the running back one? I forget if we said that.
yeah, I did say something, or maybe not, but yeah, again, torn Achilles.
Yeah, we did say that. That's right. Both of
So
them.
I had
some
Mike
other-
Evans. Mike Evans is up there.
Yeah, he's number 12 in points per game.
And my down was T. Higgins.
You're right on that one, too.
Bam.
He's way down there. Part of that's the Burrow thing. Part of that's just T. Higgins not been healthy.
yeah, and
Hurt
apparently
again.
He's hurt again. It's like,
He's been super disappointing.
especially in a contract year, you think for a guy like him, he's gonna want to make sure he's out there playing.
Yeah, he's not making himself very much money. Another
fine.
super disappointing. Now I'm at the bottom of the list here is Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, he had really kind of that one okay week when DK was out, but
I I guess, we were thinking he was coming into an offense that looked like last year's Seahawks with Geno, and it's not looked like that this year at all.
No.
So it's been 3 receivers fighting for a really small pie.
One guy down there who I think will be a lot higher than what he is now is 47, Rashee Rice.
Yeah. Why do they not give him more looks? He should be on the field for 100% of your snaps. I mean, why are you playing these other bad receivers so much?
I think they're trying to keep him fresh because basically all of them are running a lot of fly routes. So they're running downfield constantly, and I think that's where they're just trying to rotate, and that's where some of their snap shares go down.
They miss Bieniemy. They really do. Their offense has not looked as good as it did last year.
No. And maybe it just goes to show that they need to look towards bringing in somebody else of that area that can help Andy Reid.
Apparently, yeah. Well, let's see what else we got for surprises.
Michael Thomas is on the list. I'm surprised he's played.
Yeah, he's stayed healthy. You don't want to play him, but he's
No, but he's
at
on
least been
there.
healthy.
He's on there.
Yeah.
I've had to play him in a few leagues, and it's not good, especially where it sounds like he just got arrested. So
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Some of his
weird
contractor.
issue. It sounded kind of
weird.
not super serious, at least. With the Seattle
Dell.
receivers, 35-36 with
36.
DK and Tyler Lockett. That's
Yeah,
that's been a disappointment, big time.
Yeah, both of them just having really bad years, and just nothing you can do. Olave having a really down year too as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still averaging just over 10, but I mean he's had a lot of games where he just hasn't put up anything.
Couple rookies here, I think rookies. Tank Dell's a rookie, right?
Yeah.
And Jordan Addison, 15 and 17.
Zay
Both of them have
Flowers.
been nice.
Where's Dave Flowers at? He's
48.
down there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Ravens they're not a passing team, and it's
There
Mark
you go.
Andrews when they do want to pass.
Yeah, it's the one tight end dominant team. Another surprise: Calvin Ridley and Drake London, 43 and 44.
I didn't want to say that, Kelvin.
Yeah, I know. That's after week 1 comes out 20 points. You're like, oh fuck, here we go. Where'd you go, bud? Come back.
He had He's had a couple other decent games, but
It's been Christian Kirk.
yeah, still showing that.
He's
It's
up
been
there.
ETN is what it was.
Well,
It's
that
been
too.
that. It's been him.
Yeah, that too.
He's been having a really good year.
Yep.
So has that tight end Ingram. He's been a solid tight end.
I wouldn't mention Michael Pittman, but I've been happy with him. And whether it's been Richardson or Minshew, I mean, he's been decent.
Yeah, he's been a solid force, and he's just putting up a good season overall. So
Yeah. Let's do tight ends. This shitty position.
All right, this will be nice and
Yeah.
short.
It's Travis Kelce. It's Mark Andrews, Hawkinson, and Laporta.
And we can stop right
Yeah,
there.
that's the rest of it's been. I mean, if you pick the right weeks, you're happy with Komet a couple of times.
Jake Ferguson, maybe.
If you pick the right week with Kittle, a couple of times you're happy. Same with Dalton Schultz, a couple of times you're happy. The rest of the time, though, you're extremely disappointed.
yeah,
Taysom Hill, maybe lately, it seems like they're not just using him on gadget stuff. They're actually putting him out there as a receiver, letting him throw here and there, still
him
running
do
the
other-
ball. So
yeah, they're really kind of using him as a jack of all trades, and
he's a cheat code
Yeah.
at tight end. If he keeps up what he's been doing the last 3 weeks, he's right there with he's right there with Kelsey if he can keep doing what he's done the last 3 weeks,
yeah.
which is scary.
And Kelsey's actually been down the last couple weeks, so
It's because Taylor's gone. She went on tour.
That's where he is right now, hanging out in Argentina.
Weird. Doesn't he have a? Oh no, he's got a bye week.
Yep, yeah, bye.
Unless they
It is weird. It has nothing to do with it. Obviously, it's just a weird coincidence. But
Oh,
yeah, when
that's
she
what it
shows
is.
up, he tears it up, and when she's not there, he's not there.
So if I'm the visiting team, Taylor is not allowed into my building. Period.
Jake Ferguson, he's been a really nice surprise at tight end 10 right now.
yeah, last couple weeks have looked a lot better. Maybe getting some comfortability with Dak, and
really falls into just a bunch of kind of crap, though. And you got like Dalton Kincaid. He's been a good rookie.
Oh, I like this
Cade
one.
Otton had the one good game.
Jonnu Smith over Kyle Pitts.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, that's our Sith Lord of a coach.
Yeah, Arthur Sith. That's super annoying.
Yeah. Basically.
He's only got 9 more points than Kyle Pitts, but just the fact he's even anywhere near Kyle Pitts in points is super frustrating.
Well, and they seem to use him more targeted. It's just like, what is your fascination with Jonnu Smith?
Yeah, I don't understand. Trey McBride could climb up this list before the end of it. Just being now that
Maybe Murray coming back.
Ertz is still out.
Yep.
Yeah, Murray's back. He's playing this week, so
Yep.
that'll be fun to see. Who do we have sleeper bust ups downs for tight ends? I know I had George Kittle as a bust.
Yeah, I know you did. You snatched him from me.
He's a little above where I thought, but that's because he had that one monster game, the 26-point outing.
You had Tyler Higbee as your.
Yeah, that's been trash. Is he even on the list?
He's 27.
Yeah, I was wrong there.
Yeah.
That is for sure. You had Greg Dulcich as your sleeper. He's still asleep.
Yep.
Dalton Schultz is your bust. He's been good.
Yeah, he's
But
been
at least he had that.
presently
I mean, he had a
surprised.
massive game.
Yeah. But he's had a couple good games. I mean, 11, 16, 14. Then he had a bad game. Then 22 this last. So, I mean,
Andy, you got the Bills tight ends. And once Knox went out, Kincaid looks good.
Yep.
Can't call Andrews a bust.
No, I won't.
Tight end position, though, has still been just not fun after the top part.
no, just not a whole lot going on in that position at all, unless you got one of those top 4, really.
You can just pick a week and it could be a totally different guy.
And even then, Hawkinson really he's had a lot of disappointing
I know.
weeks.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's had a
outside of
couple.
Kelsey, Andrews, and Laporta, really, it's pretty much trash.
Well, and even Laporta's
Yeah.
got more.
There's no tight end where
blow-up
you're
games.
happy every week. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you play. I mean, said you could have been playing Kelsey, and all of a sudden last week you got 2.9.
I'm still happy that I played him, though. Not happy with the result, but I'm still
Yeah,
happy. 'Cause I didn't
you're
have
happy
any
that
other
he's on
option.
your team. Yeah. We can go through some of our division picks, kind of see where we're at with those.
Ah, man, I never did switch mine.
AFC North, what a division! I think they're all above 500.
Yes. The Bengals are in last at 5-3,
Yeah,
tied with the I believe the Browns. No.
Steelers.
Pull division.
I had the Ravens winning that division. Are they ahead? I think they are in first right now.
So
No, I got the Bengals, and I'm still going to stick with them.
Yeah, with Burrow healthy, they got a good shot to pick up some wins now.
So AFC North, yeah, I got Ravens in first at 7-2, and then they're all tied at 5-3. Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Cincy are all 5-3.
Jeez, that's a good division.
Yeah, it's probably the best division in football.
Steelers
honestly.
have no business hanging around with those other 3 teams.
But that defense of theirs is really, really good. And TJ Watt's really good. That
He
dude
is. He's disruptive.
absolute menace.
AFC East. Who we got leading that one?
We got Dolphins 6-3, Buffalo 5-4, Jets 4-4, and the Patriots at 2-7.
We all had Bills winning that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're right there with them, and we'll see because they hold the edge. So if they beat them again and they say tie with the same record, Bills will hold the edge.
You hate the Dolphins.
Yeah, you do. How do you have the Patriots over the Dolphins?
I just,
Yeah, I think me and Andy both knew the Patriots were going to suck.
Yeah.
And he's a Patriots fan.
No, I'm not. I'm a Brady fan. Take that out of your goddamn your mouth.
I just didn't believe in Tua that much. I didn't think he was
I didn't either, but I believed in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
because I kind of thought those two would kind of be in fighting for maybe like a top 10 pick. So that's
Tua
where,
looks awesome.
Yeah, Tua's looked really good. Obviously, the Jets, we all thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be there. So, I mean, that's
He
why I
still
kind
will.
of had them.
He still
second.
will.
You said just a few weeks?
Yeah.
I
Even
can't-
though he lied. But he,
I can't see him being back in a few weeks.
Next, we got the AFC South. We got Jacksonville at 6-2,
Yes.
Houston 4-4, Indy 4-5, and Tennessee 3-5.
We all had Jags winning it.
Yep.
I don't think any of us seen C.J. Stroud doing what he's doing, which is why we had him towards the bottom of that division.
Yeah, Tennessee's looked a lot better as of late with Will Levis, so I think they could maybe make a push back up to that 2 seed.
Colts are in trouble with
Yeah,
Richardson going down.
and Minshew.
Yeah, they're going to struggle.
Yeah, that's so.
AFC West.
All right,
Chiefs on top right now.
of course at 7-2.
Yeah.
Chargers 4-4.
Yeah.
Raiders 4-5, and Broncos 3-5. Yeah, I think everybody kind of knew
No.
Kansas City was the
No.
class.
You
Well,
had
except
two-
for Mr. Delusional over here thinking the
So you
Chargers.
still got two at the top. You got Chiefs, Chargers at the top. You got Broncos, Raiders at the bottom of that division.
Yeah,
There's a big gap between those 4 teams.
yeah. So, I mean, everybody knew the Broncos were going to be bad, and so were the Raiders because, well, they might be better now that McDaniels is gone, but
Yeah, they're still bad.
yeah.
They got Aiden O'Connell at quarterback. That's not good. That's not good.
All right, moving on. Start with your division, the NFC East.
Well, I'm definitely wrong. The Cowboys are
but-
not going to win that division. We're
No.
like 3 games back already. So Eagles are going to win that division. They're going to lock it up pretty early.
Yeah, they're 8-1. Dallas at 5-3. Washington 4-5, and then the Giants at 2-7. Let's see what I have. Yeah. Going back, watching. It's just one of those things. Giants without that offense is just horrible.
It's gross.
It's gross.
Yep. And I was wrong on the
Washington's
Commander. I thought,
yeah.
I mean, I knew Sam Howell would be a little better. I didn't think they'd have the defense to go with it. They actually look okay.
Yeah. Well, it's because their defense doesn't have to spend 20 years on the field.
If they could protect Sam Howell a little better.
Yeah.
Lately, the last couple of weeks, he's been better at getting the ball out, and they've been a little better. He's still on pace to set the sacks record, though.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Moving on, we got the NFC North. We got what I believe we all thought with the Lions at 6-2, leading over the Vikings 5-4. Who knows? Maybe they're still going to push for it, but we'll see what happens. Then you got the Packers 3-5 and the Bears at 3-7.
I got one all right so far.
Packers are so bad.
So are the Bears.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. The Vikings, I don't know with Dobbs if they keep
Maintain.
holding on.
We'll
No
see.
Jefferson.
Not yet.
Akers
I
gone.
mean, Addison's look good at least.
Addison looks good. Yes, he does. Yeah, it's tough. Tough to be a Vikings fan. Glad I'm not.
It's like being one, though. It's like being one.
Moving on, here we got the NFC West. A little tighter than what I think some people thought. You got the Niners here at 5-3, with the Seahawks also 5-3, Rams at 3-6, and then the Cardinals at 1-8.
49ers losing 3 in a row is kind of weird. You didn't
Yeah.
see that coming.
Rams and Cardinals. I mean, this is the one division I actually have right now.
I
For
got
the
this one
actual
right,
order.
too.
So
Rams are in last, huh?
yeah,
No, you
no,
got
Cardinals are in last.
No, you got yours backwards. You got Arizona in third and the Rams in fourth.
Oh, oops, I was looking at Tony's. Never mind. Oops.
You're looking at me.
Yeah,
You're looking at ours.
We both have it dead on. Well, I mean, Cardinals were going to be bad. Everybody saw that coming.
It's just a matter of how bad the Rams were going to be
Yeah.
too.
And now with Stafford banged up.
Yeah, could you just see them maybe sit him the rest of the year and not worry about it and get a better pick.
I don't see Seattle holding on either, actually.
I still think they'll finish second in that division, but they may not get that wild card spot.
Nope, Cardinals got Kyler Murray back. They're coming. They're getting that number 7 spot.
They're coming to mess up their number 1 pick, that's for sure.
Well, do they have the number? Oh, that's right.
They're
have
tied right now with Carolina. But they're going to start winning games, so Carolina's going to get that first pick.
which is
which
actually
goes
going to
to the
go to
Bears.
Chicago.
Goes to Bears, yep.
Yep. So the Bears are pretty happy because I think even with their win Thursday, they might be 4th or 5th now, but
They're gonna have 2 top 10 picks, probably two top
top
5
5.
picks, probably.
which is going to be ridiculous. So, and they
Yeah.
could probably look at moving one of them again and just getting another ridiculous haul of picks.
I like Fields, but I think they got to take Caleb Williams
things they do.
or Drake May, whichever one they like better. But yeah, I think they got to take a quarterback. The rookie contracts, the way they work, Fields is already this is year 3.
3.
Is this 3 already for Fields?
Sure.
So I mean, he's got 2 years left, 1 in his option. Yeah, I think they move on from
probably-
Fields.
Yeah, they probably don't even pick up that option.
I think they
I
trade.
don't.
I think they trade Fields. They'll get something for him.
Yeah, I mean, because he's young enough, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be willing to take a
Yeah, and
chance.
teams are playing Aiden O'Connell this year and Tyler Bajan.
Or
Well,
is this his
that team
second
playing
year?
Tyler Bajan is the same
Is
team.
this only
that's
2 for Fields?
Yeah, he was drafted 2021.
So this is 3 then. He played 21, 22, and 23. I'm almost positive this is year 3.
Why does it want to show me lifetime? This is so dumb sometimes.
I'm just gonna say I'm right.
Oh man, like a normal chip.
Oh yeah, this is year 3. Yeah,
So you've already ate up 3 years of his rookie deal. You can reset that clock and get yourself what everybody says is a generational talent. He's hurting himself these last few weeks, but
Everybody said that about Bijan.
he
He
is.
is not.
but he was also
up.
not the number 1 pick too. And then the last division we got is the NFC South. Should I just close that out? See who was leading?
I know why you closed it out. I know exactly why you closed it out. Because the Falcons are not in first.
Is it the
Saints, I
the
think.
Bucks?
I think it's the
Saints at 5 and 4,
Then the
Atlanta 4 and 5,
Then the
Bucks at
Bucks.
3 and 5, and Panthers 1 and 8.
Bucks are 3 and 5, huh?
Yeah, they lost last week because of that fucking CJ Stroud BS.
Yeah, CJ Stroud lit them up. They couldn't stop him for nothing.
Got all excited there at the end, like, yeah, we won. And then CJ Stroud comes all the way back. Wins.
Stroud is legit. You see the one interview with the one guy, he's like, yeah, he is straight ice in his blood. There's no blood, it's just ice.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I seen the thing he said, I'm not a test taker. I play football.
Yeah. And you can kind of see it, though. I mean, he is all about the game. He looks good out there.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks a lot better than Bryce Young.
Yeah. Well, and I think size is a big issue, too. And where he's 4 inches taller,
You say Bryce Young does look small out there.
yeah. I mean, it looks like he's having trouble just seeing over his offensive line. And granted, they're not giving him many lanes to try to see through either, so, or even run. So,
Well, the next one we'll do a little more dynasty focused, I think.
and
The redraft season will be over when we get back at you. The fantasy playoffs will be starting. So we'll look ahead more towards dynasty.
start seeing what draft values and maybe looking at have a little bit more idea of what players may be declaring eligibility.
Yeah, risers and fallers and stuff. So, all right. It's been fun.
Y'all have a good one.
Check us
Later.
out on X too.
Twix.
605 Token Podcast.
YouTube.
We're on TikTok too.
As well.
Everywhere.
Smokers Haven FF.
Yep.
FF for fun.
Later, everyone.
Peace.